I wanted to bring you guys some breaking news. Give me one second. Let me try to put you on my tripod, so we can talk. Good morning, you guys. I'm happy that you're joining me this morning or late night, wherever you are. Let's see. There we go. Top of the morning, everybody. Is Superior Shelby your favorite 71% successful grant writer, or late night, depending on where you are? So I wanted to bring you guys some breaking news. I'm pretty sure you've been seeing it everywhere today. And then also I wanted to talk about some new grants and then open up the floor for some questions and answers. I'm out here in Africa, so, it's 6 o'clock in the morning for me. So this is, my usual morning time. But let's talk about it, all right? All right, so good morning, everybody. All right, so let's talk about it really quick. All right, while I do some skincare routine. I'm in my kitchen because the rest of my members in my house are asleep, okay? So we're going to be mindful. Let's talk about the Corporate Transparency Act. Let's talk about that really quick. The breaking news. So the Corporate Transparency Act was a law that was put in place in 2020 saying that we have to file ourselves as beneficial owners. Well, now there is a judge in the state of Texas, I believe, that's saying that the feds are overstepping their boundaries and that this sort of security should be done on a state by state level. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that everything is put on a pause, friend. That means that you no longer have to stress yourself out to file this BOI report by January 1st. What do I advise though? I advise that you still do it, friend. The reason why is because it's like, get it over with. It's free to file. It's not really a serious thing. Um, if you file it, you file it. If you don't, you don't. That's fine. It's very relieving for those of you who didn't understand or comprehend exactly how that went, right? So that's a big relief. So no, you don't have to worry about, you don't have to worry about stressing yourself or being afraid of not providing the whole CTA or the BOI filing report by January 1st. Whether you have a LLC or you don't have to worry about that stuff anymore, okay? Right now, they're going through a whole entire lawsuit or whatever the case may be. So we just have to hold tight for right now. So the last live streams I was doing where I was saying I will apply for the BOI for you and then also submit the grant for you, things like that. I'm still doing that, but it's optional, right? Okay, so let's move forward. New grants that are out. I always talk about grants here on my channel. So let's talk about some new grants that are out and why you should be applying to them. Okay. Now, all this year, I've been giving out straight free game on how to search and apply to grants. Grants is debt-free money that you don't have to pay back, no credit checks, no personal information needed. So yes, you can get a grant for whatever business industry you're in. Yes, you can get a grant for whatever you want to do. You just need to have an actual plan, and we need to talk about that. We need to actually talk about that. All right, having a set plan, like an actual plan that works. Going into 2025, the new presidential administration has taken away the $100 million funding opportunities for diverse, equity, inclusion type of businesses. So that means women-owned businesses, veteran-owned businesses, persons with disability entrepreneurs, BIPOC, so that's Black, Indigenous, persons of color, right? That $100 million that was funded every year from the federal government is no longer going to be a thing, which means everyone, no matter what race, gender, ethnic group, or sexuality or religion you are a part of, has the opportunity to uh, to go for grants, right, or to go for investment capitals. So what does that mean for you as a startup? What does that mean for you as an actual business owner? That means that these other giant companies are now going to be applying to the same exact grant opportunities, the same exact investment capital opportunities, the same exact loan opportunities as you. See, now that the diverse equity inclusion, DEI, is no longer going to be a thing. We also are seeing, brands like Kaleidoscope, right? I'm pretty sure you guys have seen the real B Judy. She's the owner of Kaleidoscope, which is the hair products. Well, Walmart is now rolling back, since they like to roll back prices, they're now rolling back the diverse equity inclusion shelves, which allowed her product, her black owned product for primarily for black women or ethnic hair, right? Coarse hair. She used to be, in the aisle with Camille Rose, probably like not even Aveeno, what's a Shea Moisture, right? All of those amazing African black products, she would be in that same shelf. Now she's in the shelf with Suave and Dove and all of these other big giants. While that does give her the opportunity to be more visible, that also kind of makes the consumer a little bit afraid to shop with her because her prices compared to a Dove price is going to be a little bit more expensive because of the type of chemicals, what she's delivering, and all of that good stuff with her products. So you would most likely want to shop with Dove because Dove has been around for umpteen years, right? They're cheaper and they smell good, no matter whether or not the chemicals are good for you or not. So that cuts back on the opportunity from people who want to shop with Kaleidoscope. But now that we're looking at the shelf and we're looking at prices, Kaleidoscope is more expensive than we thought. And during these economic times, we're actually going to shop for things that we actually need instead of getting things that we want and desire. Think about this in the whole scope of how things are actually going to change. And the reason why I'm bringing this to you is because long gone are going to be the days of you developing a company with your black face on it and with glitter behind your back, your logo. You can't do that anymore. Like you never was able to do that because that was unprofessional. But like literally now, if you think that like actually saying that you are a black owned company is going to get you opportunities starting 2025, that's no longer going to be a thing. Opportunities will now be for all ethnic groups, races, genders, sexualities, and religions. Different organizations, different projects is going to be for everybody. So that same $2 million grant that I probably talked about, everybody applying for it, not just black owned companies. So what does that mean for you, friend? You got to buckle up. You got to really suit up and really get prepared for these opportunities. You want some money from these grants. You want some money from these investors. You want some money from different folks. You want people to support you. Then you have to show up professional. Some of you all have trucking companies and you just simply want to hire new people, but you don't even know what you're getting yourself into. Make it make sense. Do you have any type of managerial background? Do you know the type of business model that you want to get into? Are you business to customer, or business to customer and business? Right? What's so unique about your product or service? And I ask that question a lot actually in my consultations, and some of y'all freeze up. What makes your product or service so unique? You're a business owner, right? And it's not just, and I don't want to hear, oh, we are servicing people with that are low income. That's a fucking lie. I'm going to say this like straight blunt with y'all. That's a lie. That's a complete lie. Because when I ask you an extra question right behind that, tell me what is the low income rates? What is the average income for your low income in your particular city, state, town, or zip code? And how many clients will you have to gain in this particular tax bracket in order for you to hit your financial goals? Oh, we didn't think about that. I'm only bringing this to you because as we're going into 2025, financial opportunities are going to get more and more challenging. And I want you to develop your mindset and get around the idea of this free money, this easy free money idea thing. That is not a case. There's never going to be an easy way to make money, even if you're doing content. even if you're doing content, because you not only have to record your you not even just record it, you have to plan your content, record the content, edit the content, or pay somebody to edit the content, post the content consistently, and you have to go with the algorithm that they have for you. So you still going to work. Make it make sense. It's time for us to develop faceless companies. Faceless companies is when you develop an actual company, like, for example, Lysol. We don't know the face of this company. Does anybody on this live know who knows have you ever seen the face of the Lysol wipes? Somebody help me out. Have you ever seen a face for the Lysol wipes? But here I am, all the way in Africa, and they got Lysol wipes here. This brand is worldwide, it's global. We need to start being like Lysol wipes. Time to clean up. So I'm going to do a whole live stream really soon. Actually, I wanted to tell y'all what was coming. These YouTubers, right, usually during this time of the year, we do what's called Vlogmas. Vlogmas is when we're usually doing something like what Kai Cenat just recently did, where we're consistently on live every day, all day for the next, last week of the year. Well, my Vlogmas will actually start the week of Christmas, I believe, where I will be going live for 7 days, 24 hours. 24 hours a day. The only time I'm off alive is literally when I'm going to sleep. I'm going to show you how it is not easy to develop content and how it's not easy to make content as well. But I'm also going to show you how consistency is key with this thing. I'm also going to show you that when I'm on this live, right, 24 hours, 7 days for this week, I'm going to drop so much game. It's going to be vlog content. We're going to be talking about business 24/7, business grants, whatever it is. You want me to complete a grant for you? You want me 24/7? I'm on live. Whatever you need me to do, I'm right here doing it. Okay? So, my Vlogmas will actually start December 16th, and it will last all the way until December 23rd. Right before Christmas Eve. And every day we're going live. And every day, I'm going to help you develop your company, okay? One step at a time. What you need to do step by step for 2025. So for those people who want to start a business and who hasn't started a business yet and you need clarity on how to do that, that will be the perfect time to have somebody walk you through everything for free live on YouTube. Okay? All right, cool. So, just wanted to touch a little bit on how it's important to develop faceless companies, because even though I'm always on here on YouTube, oh, hey, you can apply to this grant for Black women businesses. You can apply to this grant for BIPOC businesses, apply to this grant for any business that's in this particular sector, in this particular state, in this particular ethnic group. I'm not going to do that anymore. And I actually, this year, I slowed down on doing that because I didn't want my other audience, right? Because I have multiple races of individuals that watch me. I didn't want my other audience to feel like, I'm only giving out opportunities for Black women. I'm only giving out opportunities for tech businesses. I'm only giving out opportunities specifically for people in Miami. And that's not what I do, all right? So let's go into a grant. I want to dissect a grant real quick so I can show y'all exactly what they ask and what they're looking for. Right? So you won't, because I think y'all think this is a game. All right, so let's get to it. Hey, Rio. Hey, good evening, everybody. I just want to say thank you so much. You were the one who put me on game with grants. Absolutely. Thank you. How shall we? You have a phone number to reach out regarding questions on the $19 BOI application. Yes, you can text 8556. So you must have just joined. We no longer have to submit the BOI by January 1st. They actually put a pause on that. They put a pause on it. There's a judge that says that should be done on a state by state level and not a federal level. So he's arguing that the federal government is overstepping their boundaries. So, yeah. I'm bringing up some grants for y'all that we can talk about. A lot of you guys question, what do grants want? What are they looking for? All right, let me give you the process, okay? When you are searching, so I forgot. Let me put my number down at the bottom. 855-731-1487. I'll put it here for you. You can text now. Okay, so while I'm putting my number here, when you are searching and applying to grants, there's 3 main websites that I've been screaming and hollering on this YouTube the entire year: grants.gov, grantwatch.com, and HelloSkip. I've had some clients that recently booked consultations with me and told me that they only applied to 1 grant this year or 3 grants this year total. I stress this, and I'm going to continue to say this: the only way that you will actually win a grant is by consistently applying. I don't care who, what, where, when, why, how. Any grant writer on this earth will tell you the same exact thing. The only way that you actually win a grant is by consistently applying. The only way you win a grant is by consistently applying. The only way you will win a grant opportunity is by consistently applying to qualifying grants that serve in your favor. What does that mean? That means you must take the time. There's my number. That means you must take the time. You must take the time and read through the grant. Take the time and read through the grant. Let me show you this grant really quick. We went over this grant the other day, right? This is for all entrepreneurs. Whether you're in the food and beverage industry, you're an entrepreneur, arts, music, activism, no matter what it is, all right? This is pretty much for everybody, okay? Show you something really quick. When you first go to the grant, what a lot of y'all do is y'all like literally just come here and just go to apply. You don't look at the frequently asked questions. And see, that's where you mess up at. You don't even know if this grant is really for you for real. You need to go to the frequently asked questions. You need to dissect the grant and reassure yourself if this is the perfect opportunity for you. How old do you need to be? You got to be 21 years older. Got to be a U.S. citizen. This grant has no specific restrictions on how far. If you actually go through the frequently asked questions, y'all, you would actually have clarity on if this grant is literally for you. Okay? Literally. How do you find grants? Visit grantwatch.com. That's a grant search engine that you can use to find grants. The game is free, the hustle sold separately, so you can find grants, but are you actually going to apply to them? No. Exactly. So let's move forward. There's no more BOI. That's a lie. There's just a pause on it. Here they go. They finna start spreading some uneducated information. There is a federal judge, not a court. There's a judge that is arguing that this information. You want to know why they put a pause on it? Want to know why they put a pause on it? Because when I see bots that come through like that, that's how I know it was the government that did that. So let me explain to you. So many consulting businesses, which is mainly Black-owned companies and financial literacy businesses, was actually helping out other Black-owned companies with this whole BOI situation. So because it's a thing where it's like, oh, we can't finesse and swindle y'all, and we see that y'all are pushing out a lot of information as much as possible, we're going to go ahead and put a pause on it. We're going to act like it ain't really that serious. They did the same thing with student loans. They did the same thing with another pension fund. This is not my first rodeo. So Here we go about to spread information and lies. And when January 1st comes, and they say, oh, you got 30 days. How quick do you think that information is going to spread when they say you got 30 days to report? You might as well just report it. It's free. Like, I don't even know why most people was making a big deal about it. It's literally free to submit. The federal judge is arguing that, I hate repeating myself. The federal judge is arguing that this should be handled at a state-by-state level, considering not all states or small businesses or businesses in different states was not frauded or scammed. So it should be done at a state-by-state level. It should not be a federal nationwide requirement. So that's what the federal court, or not courts, but a federal judge in Texas is arguing. So because that is going on, there is a pause on the whole BOI thing. Okay? There's a pause on it. A pause. Does that mean they stopped it? Does that mean they actually said they took it away? Does that mean that they shut the whole website down? No, they put a pause on it. Cool. Not going to get me while you in a pause. I already submitted my BOI. I don't have nothing to worry about. Whether you want to do it or you don't. You see where I'm coming from? Because as a boss, either way, I'm going to handle my due diligence. As soon as I got the information, I submitted the BOI report live on YouTube. So guess what? Rather you guys unpause the situation or you don't, I'm still in the clear. Do you understand the stress relief of me saying that? Because I don't have to argue with anybody on whether or not it's a pause, is this, is that. Because what's the purpose when I've already submitted my BOI report? So rather it is or it isn't, I'm still in the clear, just like everybody else who submitted their BOI report. What is this thing about wanting to do some shit for your business and not wanting to do it? There's a deeper thing than this actual filing. It's actually you completing your due diligence. It's actually you taking action in your business. What is that? Because the argument of, oh, it's on pause, oh, it's not on pause, oh, we got to do it, oh, we don't got to do it, that's literally a whole doubtful spirit that I don't get jiggy with. Because that's literally saying like you bouncing in between your due diligence as a business owner. I don't get into that. Once you say orders is orders, I'm going to follow the orders. If in the last 24, and it's only 24 hours since this information came out, because listen, the next 24 hours they could roll out and say, yeah, we cleared old boy. We cleared him. We cleared him. Y'all still got to file it by January 1st. Then what you going to do? You still going to argue, oh, we don't got to file it. We do got to file it. We don't got to file it. Now you have this whole confusion going back and forth between different business owners. And then guess what? Half of y'all entrepreneurs and not even actual entrepreneurs. Because a real entrepreneur actually executed and submitted that BOI filing report, regardless whether they was putting a pause on it or not. You see how I just cleared that? Stop playing with me. Be a boss and handle your business. We sitting up here arguing about, oh, they doing this, they doing that. The last 24 hours, girl, do you want to handle business or not? And it's free to file, and it only takes you 5 minutes. And I did a whole live stream on how to do it. That's where I want y'all to change y'all mindsets. We're not arguing about whether it needs to be done or not. Do the shit and move forward. Like, no, for real. Do it and keep it pushing. Because guess what? You so focused on those BOI filing report, you still ain't make $1 in your business. And even if you did make $1, you still ain't hit your goals. So there's a deeper conversation that needs to be had versus us arguing on whether or not who's right or who's wrong. We got Google. I'm not finna sit up here and try to prove to you whether I'm right or wrong. You got ChatGPT. Reassure yourself. Let's focus on why you ain't consistently applying to these grant opportunities, because it's been statistically proven that most minority businesses, including women companies, are not applying to grants, which is why they're taking away the $100 million DEI funding opportunities. DEI, diverse, equity, inclusion. Taking that out simply because we ain't applying to it anyway. So the same grant opportunity that you could have won just by you being a woman entrepreneur, or you could have won just by being a black entrepreneur, you also now you have to compete with a company like Lysol. We got bigger fish to fry. That's where I'm coming from. We got bigger fish to fry. We got bigger fish to fry, okay? We have much bigger fish to fry. It makes sense, exactly. Many have fear of sharing data to the government, but can't handle that. Might as well be transparent and say, you have fear of sharing information to the government, but you're born a U.S. citizen. Still don't make sense. Because unless you was born in your mom's living room, or you were born you was born as a U.S. citizen, since the day your ass was slapped, and since the day you cried in the hospital, that's the day they start tracking you. What are we talking about? Fear of sharing data. Is your name tied to your phone number? There you have it. Fear of sharing data. You sharing data whether you like it or not. This the U.S. You ain't know? Oh, I don't know if y'all are getting it. It's the U.S. You got a Facebook account? No. If you got a Facebook account, I challenge you to go look at the most recent lawsuit case with Mark Zuckerberg. As it's been statistically proven that he actually pushes certain types of, advertisement to you by using the data of what you are interested in on your phone. You're afraid to share data with the government when the government is already. You understand? It's the mob. It's the MOB. It's the mob. Uncle Sam gonna get what he want regardless. You a U.S. citizen. You are the property of the United States. What are we talking about? Y'all, it's 2020, about to be 2025. We still having this conversation? People gotta develop mentally for real. No, seriously, like for real. You spoke so quickly when I asked how to find grants. I'm a nonprofit who work with children in Bangladesh and Nigeria to build schools and wells. Grants.gov. You can simply search grants for my nonprofit. Grants in the U.S., we go to grants.gov. That's literally it. But you can go to grantwatch.com, 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 grantwatch.com. It's a $40 USD a month subscription, and that is a search engine you would use to find all grants for your nonprofit or for-profit business. Grantwatch.com. Now, I have more than 100 videos on this YouTube channel that shows you how to go through that system. Enjoy. The game is free. The hustle is sold separately. You want me to apply to nonprofit grants for you? Book a one-on-one call. If not, then apply to them yourself. Make sure you have a business plan, or in your case, make sure you have a project proposal, and make sure you have your pitch deck and 90-second pitch video. If you're helping develop schools, I'm pretty sure you already have that. If you don't, shame on you, because how can we know what you're doing or give a fuck? You got this. I'm sorry, I'm very straightforward and blunt. I'm not a cookie cutter person. So you're going to get the direct answer from me. And I'm pretty sure that's what you want anyway. There is actually a nonprofit grant out here, $150,000, but you do have to be helping out in the U.S. So, yeah. But you help out internationally. All right, what questions do you guys have? There's like a lot of grants out here, but a lot of them are mainly for tech businesses. I noticed that I don't, unfortunately, have a lot of tech companies that are following me or a tech audience, and I'm going to start to change that because there's a lot of grants out here that literally are for tech businesses, even for women. I have a few like app ideas, so I'm going for these, tech innovative grants, but I just noticed that there's a lot of grants in the tech space. So if you guys wanted to know what type of industry gets the most grants and will be getting the most grants, it will be tech. Anything in tech. Anything in tech. Anything in tech. No, that does not mean creating a robot or a artificial intelligence tool that will help you trade. No. No. I'm here to tell you no. All right, what questions do you guys have? What are they looking for in a grant? You need a business plan, pitch deck, 90-second pitch video. Let's go over this grant right here. It's called the Curricle Accelerator. All right, let me school y'all really quick. There's levels to this funding thing, right? There's levels to this thing. You have, I really want to share with y'all the different opportunities. Hold on real quick. Before I continue, let me show y'all how beautiful Africa is this morning. All the way from Nigeria, good morning. The sun is coming up. God is actually saying good morning. All right, that's what it looks like. When they say the sun rises in the east, sets in the west. All right, so there you go. This is Africa. These are my neighbors. I love them very much. I actually went out there to have a conversation with them. And they do a lot of stuff. They got a rice farm, all kind of stuff. I'll be over there later today. We got kids over there. I'll be playing with the kids. I'm a kind-hearted individual, you guys. I mean well. I mean very well. All right, so I'm going to get a little comfortable here. I just want to get a little comfortable. All right, y'all. Oh, and I'm in my kitchen. This is how your kitchen's supposed to look in Africa. I have my sweet potato. Oh, so let me show you guys. Y'all want to see really quick? Just really quick. Okay, this is my kitchen. Okay, my beautiful kitchen. All right, so this is what's going on. We got a big bag of rice that cost me not even $1 USD. We got some yams, all right, 3 big yams. And you can pound these yams, you can fry the yams, you can boil the yams. And then I got my potatoes. See, my potatoes. Okay, so that's what's going on in here, in this kitchen. All right, who said y'all? How often do I do the chat? Every day. I'm pretty much on live every day. I think that YouTube just pushes it out whenever. You really have to turn on push notifications to know when I'm on, because I come on like random times, obviously. In the morning and at night. So this is nighttime, I think, for most of you all in the U.S. So yeah. Okay, so let's go over this quick. These quick 2 grants really quick, and then we're going to end up, because we're going to close, because I know you guys are like going to sleep. So really quick, there is a difference. You can get a grant to start a business, right? You can get a grant for whatever it is you want to get started. If you want to purchase a new truck, you want to purchase some new equipment, you want to invest into marketing, you can definitely get a grant for that. But there is a way that you deliver that message. Polished, professionally, and thoroughly. You do not tell them, I simply want $100,000 so I can purchase a new van for this. No, okay? You have to express that you need $100,000. It will be broken up in these different phases, okay? I'm bringing this to you. I'm saying this because I want you to have reassurance in knowing that, yes, you do have the opportunities, no matter what race, gender, ethnic group, or sexuality you are. You just need to be properly prepared. Having the business plan and the pitch deck will definitely serve in your favor. You will use their business plan as an answer key when you are answering these questions, okay? Now, moving forward, there's levels to this grant thing. You have startup grants, small business grants, you have incubators and accelerator programs, and then you have other creative funding opportunities, okay? Startup grants. Startup grants is for individuals who do not have an LLC, who have never made $1 in their business, and they're in the idea phases of their business, okay? They're in the idea phases, which means you can get money for even you just being in the idea phases. But guess what? You need to deliver your idea as polished, thorough, and professional as possible. How do you do that? Having a business plan and a pitch deck, okay? I write business plans and pitch decks for you. I'll do it for you for $300 and really quick. We could do it together live on Zoom. I can get it done. We don't even have to wait, okay? If you want to, just visit my website, superchargemybusiness.com, or book a one-on-one consultation with me if you already have a business plan and you want to go over it to reassure yourself and make sure you're properly prepared. So, startup grants. You definitely need to have a business plan because they want to know, what is your idea? What's going to make your idea unique? Where are you going to be located? Who's going to be your target audience? And why should we give you money? Right? How do you plan to make this, reciprocate this? How are you going to make this money resourceful for you? So you need to have a thorough plan, action steps, a pathway, a business pathway that literally outlines exactly what you'll do with this money. That's all the grantors want to do. So if you are a startup and you don't have an LLC and you don't have an EIN and all this stuff, believe it or not, a lot of these third-party sites like LegalZoom, Zen Business, and all of these other places actually, and Taylor Brands, they give out grant opportunities if you use their resources, or if you use them to develop your business, to do your business foundations and your business setup. They do. Earlier this year, we went over the Fast Break Grant, which gave out over 150 $10,000 grant opportunities. In addition to that, they also gave out a free $500 LegalZoom credit. So whether or not you were already a business, or whether or not you got the 10K or not, you also got the $500 LegalZoom credit. LegalZoom is a third party, a third party place we can go to that will help us set up our LLC. So startup grants, you do have grants out here that will help you out. You all will start to apply to these grants at the top of 2025. So what do you need to do right now in December? You need to be developing your business plan. You need to make sure this pitch is polished, professional. You also need to practice with your pitch. Just because you develop the pitch does not mean you just do this PowerPoint presentation and let it go. No, friend, I need for you to actually walk through it. Talk to yourself. Do a Zoom recording. Record your screen. I don't care what you got to do. Walk through each slide and talk about your business like you are talking to investors, because that's exactly what you will have to do when you are pitching or you're going for these startup grant opportunities. I'm giving you the levels to this. Will you have to pitch? Yes. You will have to talk to these people about your product or service and why they should give a fuck. And if you are not confident in doing that, then you must have the money to hire somebody who can have the confidence to do it. You need to get the money to pay somebody to give a fuck enough to care about your business to go in and pitch, or you need to toughen up because you aggressively need this money. All right, so that's the startup. Now, for seasoned businesses, seasoned business owners, you have more than enough, a plethora of grant opportunities that you can take advantage of. From local government, like state and local government grant opportunities, to big entity company opportunities and more. Because you are a seasoned businesses are businesses who have been in business for at least a year or two, and you are actually generating revenue. Because you can show proof that you're generating revenue, friend, that will also help you increase your chances of approvals with these grant opportunities, because you can show proof in loss of income, and you can show proof that you actually need this grant. So you will go for a lot of the grants that I talk about on my YouTube, as well as you can go for accelerator programs and incubators. Accelerator programs and incubators are programs, grant programs that will give you money and also give you resources. And it's usually a 6 to 12 week program, training program that will help you develop your business mindset, your business model, and all of your softwares, and also help you develop your product and service. One accelerator I'm going to show you right now is through Generator. We haven't talked about the Generator brand on my YouTube in a while, and that's simply because, like I stated before, I noticed that I don't have like a big audience for people who is in tech. But you guys do have to start getting into tech. If you want to know what sector, what industry has the most grants and has the higher grant tickets, that means the grant rewards are like millions of dollars, it's tech. It's tech. What that means that the economy is calling for more tech businesses, okay? More innovations. Let's talk about this one. This accelerator program is powered by Generator. Generator, they are a accelerator program or an investment capital program that consistently help tech businesses and underserved businesses get investment capital opportunities and also other resources. I love Generator simply because their resources and tools and the people that they connect you with is literally top notch. I'm talking about over $1 million in resources and tools with Amazon, IBM, Microsoft. Okay, so you get 100K investment and 12 weeks of programming and industry connections for your fintech startup serving credit unions. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? So you get 100K. They even give you the managing director's information, the investment terms, and everything. Accelerators, they can either give you a grant, right, where they just give you the money, or they can put you in an investment capital opportunity where they will invest in your company with like usually it's like a 7% equity in your company or something like that. All right. This makes sense for tech companies because when you are developing your tech company, you have to continue to add more people for development processes, add more people for marketing, add more. You're going to have a lot. Before you know, you're going to have more than 100 people on your team. Most tech companies that get started have a lot of people that are invested into it. Most tech companies they're not just a two-person thing. That's just not, the Mark Zuckerbergs, there's investors that he has. Yes. These people don't just like develop their companies on their, no, they have like a list of investors. Sometimes it's 100 people, 200 people that's actually has their money, their hands dealing in it. Same thing, well, there's no different from stocks. Stocks is when you buying a piece of a company. I have a piece of Apple. I own a piece of Apple. So I'm also a shareholder or owner of Apple. Me and probably thousands of other people, right? So when you are developing a company, be open-minded about selling a piece of your company because that's going to definitely help you with being productive really soon. You shouldn't be afraid. Just know what your set monthly income goal is, and as long as you have that number set, you should be good. Okay? This accelerator program is no different from a lot of them, but it's 12 weeks of training. And if you complete the 12 weeks, and you usually get like this whole dinner, luncheon, they do this whole award ceremony, then you get your investment capital opportunity. And then you get connected with all of these different people that you need to be networking with, the higher ups. If you have a certain type of app or a certain type of software that you want to integrate in schools, you want to integrate in different workspaces, you want to integrate it in different, hospitals, right? No matter what type of technology you have, whether it's an app, a software, a website, or whatever type of development it is, or a physical tool, resource or tool, right? If you want it to be integrated with something, well, guess what? You need to get in the room to talk to the people about why your product or service needs to be integrated with what they're doing and how that you will bring in more for them, right? How this will enhance what they have. This is what they're calling for. So if you want to know which industry gets the most money in grants, will be, and always, it has been these last year for sure, but it will be from this day forward, going into 2025, tech companies. Anything in tech. That doesn't always mean you have to know about stocks. It does not mean you have to, because I think that, especially in the Black community, we're always trying to find a way to comprehend what something is. So we have to find the most simplified way to comprehend it. Tech does not always mean stock and investments. Tech does not always mean creating an app. Tech does not always mean creating some sort of website. Tech does not always mean, getting into electric vehicle charging stations. Tech does not always mean solar panels. Tech does not always mean, that tech not is just not that. You know what I mean? Tech is a whole nother world. And all they're asking for is for you to get into this space and to be innovative and be a pioneer. Every industry needs something in tech, from people doing eyelashes, to people driving trucks, to people taking care of other folks, to people braiding hair. Every industry needs some sort of tech tool. So it's time for you to be the pioneer of this new tool. Okay? Need to rest now, absolutely. All right, see you soon. And so much land. Yes, absolutely. Africa is beautiful. Tech is booming. I'm excited. This is the chance of a lifetime. It really is, right? There's going to be a lot of money. What about Apple Watches? What about like Apple Watches? Does that count as tech? Yeah, an Apple Watch definitely is tech, but you have to create a watch, right? Let's not surface think. Let's think about something bigger that has not already been created. An Apple Watch has already been created. See how it's not easy for you to come up with something. You see how it's not easy for you to come up with something like, in tech, because this is a thing that's not for everybody. They don't want everybody applying to this. This is not an easy thing. You're not going to come up in here and think, oh, I'm about to apply for this tech grant. And then they come and ask you questions. Oh, so what is your innovation? What makes your innovation innovative? How are you a pioneer in your industry? What is the headcount of individuals who are actually interested in your particular product or service? What demographic of people do they come from? And what are their tax brackets? What is the dollar amount for your service or product in the tech source? If you do not have a service or if you don't have a product and it's a service, how will you actually be able to gain traction with this particular service? Will it be processing fees, transaction fees? Will it be through selling data to different third party and secondary companies? You see, all the questions I just asked, that ain't for the regular. That's not for the simple-minded. That's not for the surface thinkers. This is a high-level conversation we get into. So that brings me to this FedEx grant. FedEx is giving out $10,000, a $5,000, and a $2,500 grant. So I'm going to show it to you. All right. It's the FedEx grant. And so how to enter, all you need to do, your first entry, you fill out the registration form. You'll need your FedEx account number. So you need to have a FedEx account. And the deadline to enter in this one is December 20th. So ship using eligible FedEx services to earn up to 200 entries. Okay, so if you guys, this is a really good one. I talked about this one earlier this year. So this is their second time doing this. Ooh. Hey, I wonder if this is for international businesses too. Hold on one second. Oh, yeah. You got to be in the United States. Okay, cool. So it's kind of like a raffle. And then they also give you Super Bowl tickets too. Hotel accommodations and all that good stuff. And you get $10,000. That's super dope. I like that. So you can visit fedex.com/sweepstakes. I've applied for a tech grant just from watching you. I received a response from the business development manager. Grant is up to $1 million. If I get it, I just know I will be gifting to you. I had a Zoom call with them and they liked my idea. Awesome. That is absolutely amazing. That is absolutely amazing. I think you're talking about American Seed Fund. Yeah, they're really good about responding. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're really good about responding. That's good. And they're like an easy company to like try to get a grant funding through. So it's just like, you know, I've talked about them multiple times too. And if you're not interested in tech, don't try to force yourself to get into it. You know what I mean? Uh, yeah. I'm trying to log into this grant to see. Hmm. To see what's going on with it. I guess I'll just log on to it later because I wanted to show you guys something really quick, but I guess not. Okay, so what other questions do you guys have? I'm gonna let you guys go because I know it's like super late night over there for y'all. It's 7 a.m. for me. So I'm actually about to get myself together, get ready to go to the gym. Make sure you subscribe to my vlog channel because I'm going live on that one while I'm at the gym. And yeah, today's going to be a very interesting day. I'm going to come back on live today at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. I think it's 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So I will be, that's 3 p.m. my time. So I'm actually about to get my day started. Go to the gym. So I'll go live on my Superior Shelby vlog channel to show you guys like my gym family. And then what I'll be doing today, I'm actually going outside. So I'll be doing my next live stream today, which is later today, in the next couple of hours. What's the qualifications for the grant? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I wonder if it's like Nigeria too before. Let's see. Ah, I have no idea. Make sure your login attempt failed. Yeah, so we went over all that stuff. We didn't really go too much in details. Just pretty much this live stream, I would just want to answer any questions. I also want to know like what you guys' grant journey has been like in 2024. Like, did you win any grants? Like, what was that like for you? Things like that. Because if you've been applying to grants all throughout the year, like I've been saying, consistently applying to one grant a day, you should have gotten at least 5 grant opportunities this year. You should have gotten at least 5 grant opportunities this year. I'm in Africa off of a grant. So my proof is in the pudding. My proof is in the pudding. I'm not showing y'all my bank account because if I show you my bank account with the deposits and all that stuff, I just don't like that. I don't like that. I just don't like that. I don't like when people do stuff like that. I feel like that's too much information. I'm not going to show y'all my bank account that shows the X amount of dollars that has been dropped into my account from this company, and now I'm not going to show you all of that because I feel like that's too much information. That has my personal information. That's my bank account information. That's my business information. But I'm physically here in Nigeria. I've been in 3 different countries the entire year in 2024. I'm literally going on live almost every day this year. And I've been showing and proving to you. I've been crying on this live. I've been showing you the things I've been going through. I've lost my grandma this year who raised me. You see me go through that. You see me go through all of my trials, tribulations, and I still persevere. Got on this app, still made sure that y'all got the necessary information you need throughout the entire year, even when I was facing my most challenging times I've ever went through in my life. So I don't take in like the comments of like, I don't try to, I don't, I've been doing this for so long that I'm not a person that tries to convince you. You either gonna do it or you're not. I'm not that school that you guys are. So I wish I knew about you sooner. I've been applying every day since I found you. Awesome. This is great. It's a time for everything. It's a time for everything. You know. Yeah, I ever thought, and I'm just going to make this simple comment really quick. Out of all of these bots and these scam pages that go on different, because you know, like there's scam bots and scam pages that get paid and that also don't get paid to literally mix up energies on social media. And this is an energy source, right? So you have to be very mindful and very careful about how often you're on these phones and stuff. And so nobody has created or thought about creating a certain app that you can download on your phone or an app that you can integrate with different social media apps that will stop digital bots and scam and fraud pages for YouTube and all social media platforms. I mean, like literally, this AI tool has to have some really good API codes. I mean, like the codes got to be so good to where it can read the device regardless. It can read the device, like, so because there's an intelligence that can do that, right? But nobody has put it together yet, or I'm hoping that they're actually in the process of doing it, right? Imagine being the person who creates the bot killer. You know how much money you'll make? You'll make a lot of money in two different ways. You could finesse this thing a whole bunch of different ways. You could be the person who is the bot, which is you can be the one, the scam page that's on here saying things like, you know, crazy things, right? You could be the bot. And then you could also be the solution. You could be the problem and the solution at the same time. And I'm just like, nobody created this. Because there's like so many bots, like even it's just outside of like, you know, my live stream, but because I'm pretty regulated on my live stream, you know, I got actual mediators and people that while I'm on live, they're actually on live with me and they're actually make sure that there's no inappropriate, you know, type of comments. So imagine if you created something like a comment killer, right? Or a bot killer, that anytime there's a comment that has something to do with anything, profanity, you know, racial slurs, and no matter how you put it, no matter how intelligent you try to make it seem, how you try to sway it, this bot will read it and will take it out and will actually clear your whole entire account. Somebody need to create that. And the day you create it, and when you create that, you will be blessed. You will be blessed. I will invest in your company, okay? Genius idea. I noticed they are doing that in the crypto space in a financial way to validate transactions, exactly. But it should be in the streaming space as well. Bot validation and killer, exactly. Exactly. It should be in the content space. That person who literally creates the bot validation and killer for comments and specifically for like for comments, for direct messages, inboxes, and more, that person who's going to create that bot killer is going to be a freaking billionaire. Because you're solving a real life problem. You know how many you're solving just alone, you're solving a problem in high suicide rates. Yes. Because the suicide rates in children and in teenagers have went up in the United States simply because of these comments and these bullying comments and these bots. And they're getting paid to do it. Mark Zuckerberg is actually an individual who stated that, yeah, unfortunately, the government paid me to go ahead and release the data so that way they can send this data to these different bots and play with y'all kids' mind. Yeah, I did that, but I didn't know I was doing that for real. That's what Mark Zuckerberg, he's been battling this whole, and plus more things. But he's been battling a lot in these lawsuits against the government. But with this innovation I just talked about, right? Come on now, you solving a big problem. Suicidal rates drop. Mental health relief and all that. It's confidence in people will develop. Creativity will develop. Because you don't have these bots in here saying, oh, blackfacing and doing all kinds of stuff, saying all kinds of crazy stuff, which is killing the creativity and the confidence in individuals because, unfortunately, people use social media to validate their moves. That's a lot of awareness because most people argue that bots don't recognize bots, especially on Twitter. They do, though. They do. They argue with bots and don't recognize it. And there are bots that actually you have bots out here that will mess up somebody's account that has over 10,000 subscribers. They will hack the account, right? So now you have bots that hack real actual social media accounts. And these bots, the people behind the bots are scamming the people who own that actual page. And I have friends that have paid $10,000 just to get their page back, their Instagram pages back. Listen, if mine's gone, it's gone, honey. Y'all, you can Google me. That's why I'm on YouTube, because you can actually Google me. So you have bots that do that. And then you have the bots those same exact bots that finesse you for your money to get, because it's this whole scam, right? That same bot. Imagine how many bots were created during this whole presidential election. You understand? Like, there's an actual body of people that was paid to sit in an actual place to comment all day long, to play with people's minds and to play with voters' decisions. So if you created this bot killer and this bot validation or bot validator, right? You will also be helping out with presidential elections, stopping any type of scams or any type of things like that. Any type of media sways and things, Like, this is big. This is really big. This will help. You know what celebrity would actually invest into this idea? I'm going to hurry up and get off, but I'm keep rambling about it because somebody on this live needs to pick up this idea. Cardi B. Cardi B would be a really, really great person to invest in this idea. Wonder why? Because she hates bots. She hates bots. She is one creator and influencer. She's one influencer, creator, and musician, artist that literally argues with bots and people. Like, she's a comment creeper. So her investing into something like this makes sense. You understand? This, I'm telling you. And so then all you do is go to American Seed Fund and apply to the $2 million grant. And guess what? They'll give you the money because it's a great idea. Imagine how many people have like literally been depressed because of one comment that they saw that wasn't even from a real person. Now you are doing away with that. How can you make money from it? You can charge in transaction fees or processing fees through these different integrations that you do. People are paying for their business pages on Meta. So if they're paying $15.99 to $350 a month, you're just getting a piece out of that. Or you're just adding on your charge into that. Okay, we're going to add a 3% tax onto this because that will help. The 3% tax for your social media algorithm or whatever you're paying with your Meta Business Suite, that 3% tax will actually help you with your bot validation and bot killer. So you won't have any bots on your live stream. You won't have any bots that show up on your comments. You won't have any bots that are following you, all of that. I just gave you the whole game plan, all right? Okay, you guys, I'm going to get off of here because I have like literally 15 minutes to get ready for the gym. I'll talk to y'all soon. I'm going to hop on my other live stream. Make sure you subscribe to my other channel, at superior.shelby. That's like my vlog channel. So that way you can see all of my African friends and what we do. And then I'll come back on here 9 a.m. I think, or 10 a.m. Eastern time, which is 3 p.m. my time. And we'll actually pick up where we left off. There's some more grants. I'm just waiting on this list. I see that they're updating it, like they're in there now. So as they're updating the list, when I come back, we'll come back with some new grants, okay? Imagine if the validator automatically generated police reports to you cooking. You're cooking. I love the direction you're going into. I love that. So we'll pick up where we left off. The BOI situation, if you want more clarity on that, you can book a one-on-one consultation with me or text the word BOI. My agent, my team, we're all up right now. So yeah, if you need any assistance and clarity on that, text me, okay? I'll see y'all in my later live stream today. Peace and blessings, okay? Good night.